In the hall with y'all from Baltimore, man. You know, I heard something fall. I'm like, what was that that fell? Yeah, man. Um, some new shit. Yeah, man. Trying, you know what I mean? Well, I wore them before, but they didn't. But anyway, in the hall with y'all from Baltimore, man. See, when people, I'm glad that they had these podcasts now and these interviews and stuff like that, right? Because remember the incident with Beanie Siegel, Rockefeller, Memphis Bleak got a through Drink Champs, Nori and them, Revolt and whatever. Nori really got. He got Memphis Bleak got. He's still working. He got his podcast. It been pretty good. I watch it. Even though Memphis Bleak is kind of corny to me, yo son, yo G, and my G, he kind of cool, but I fuck with him. I like, you know how a nigga corny to you, but you like him. I might be corny to him, who knows? But I like him. His show is good, but he just, I guess the way I wear my hat, he hit that hat, he put it up on, he have it on the top of his head like that, and he be like, my G, yo son, my G. I be like, this nigga corny. But like I say, but he might say I'm corny. Who do this fuck? But anyway, I fuck with the show. I fuck with him. I didn't like when people used to be like, Jay this and Jay that, his music. His music was always alright to be. I guess, I don't know. Everybody had their own opinion. But I used to rock Memphis Bleak shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of niggas just want a friend like Jay, so they mad because he got a friend. I know how that is because we had, even though it was entertainment, but we had friends that was high up in certain activities and was millionaires and stuff like that, and they was our friends, and we used to be with them, and it was on with them and all that, and niggas hated that shit. So I can imagine how these niggas do with a motherfucker like that. You know what I mean? Hate, just hate. They wish it could be them that was the friend. But anyway, back to the task at hand. Beanie Siegel. The thing was that Jay left Beanie Siegel in jail that time when he was caught that attempt murder and the gun charge, fleeing from the police and all of that. When he got out from the state, the feds picked up the gun charge. So they asked Jay when he went to court, all of them was there from Rockefeller and everything. And they asked Jay, will he be responsible? Now, see, it's the way you word things, too. Who was there and heard the exact words? Would you be responsible? And this is because I wouldn't want to be responsible for another man either. I don't care how close we are. And Beanie Siegel and Memphis Bleak told him that he would have left that Beanie Siegel from back then. He wouldn't have took that responsibility neither. He was like, a Beans was reckless. And then they was talking about all the shit that was happening up until the time. And then Beans said, damn, now that I think about it, he said, man, something happened where he said Jay mother was in the studio or some shit, and some shit kicked off and Beans done something. He said, man, that might have been the last straw why Jay made that decision not to do that, man. He said, now that I think about it. Now, see, that was never brought up and stuff like that, man. When a nigga get tired of, sometimes your best friend, you gotta show him tough love sometimes. You can't always be the what they call it, the enabler all the time to enable them to keep being reckless. Sometimes you gotta show tough love. That might have been one of the time. Jay never really spoke on it, so he said, man, I don't really know what Jay feelings were. And plus, Bean's a different type of nigga, and at that time was a different type. Everybody think because Jay sold drugs that Jay got to be this. I know plenty of niggas that sold drugs and stuff, but still wasn't gangsters. And you know what I mean? It doesn't take a gangster, a rocket scientist. You could be an average Joe and come on, man. So the mindset probably was different. Jay, because even Beanie Siegel just said he didn't look at it as a career. And Jay probably was looking at it like, this nigga got the world in his hands and he fucking just throwing it away. He don't want nothing. See, when you thinking different and you look back in hindsight and you see things a little clearer than when you in the moment and in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And man, Beanie Siegel said, man, that might have been. He said, but I wouldn't leave a motherfucker. He got the shake in his finger. Because Memphis B said, I would have left you in there. He said, no. He did the Nutumbo. No. He said, no. I wouldn't let that whole people shaking his finger like that. He said, no. No. Don't bring that in here. Like the motherfucker off Belly. Ox, don't bring scared work to me. Don't bring it to me. I kill for fun. You know what I mean? That was Beanie Siegel back then. So I even said, man, I ain't being responsible. Now, it's one thing when they was breaking it down and Dane was like, they asked Jay, because you know him, and he gonna say it like that anyway. And I fuck with Dame too. I don't know him, but I like Dame smart and all that. But sometimes motherfuckers be too smart for their own good, and you know what I mean. He one of them type of motherfuckers. But Dame accomplished a lot, and for them all to be millionaires like that, they was telling the story on there how Puffy said something about Dame driving his own Bentley and say after that day, Dame ain't drive the Bentley no more and got some other shit. Them niggas was millionaires, man, in their 20s, yo. That shit was legally. And that was amazing, man, for black men to do. They accomplished a lot. I don't care what they did, what they doing, or whatever. You got to look at that. I look at it now like, wow. When you really look at the logistics and everything of the whole situation, the age, the maturity that they had to and embellish to do that and all that, man, like, I see now why people hold on to it so long, The Rock and all of that, and how they like, it ain't coming back and all that. But, man, that was incredible, man. So, but back to what I was saying, I understand. And Beanie, I guess, Sequel kind of understand it now. Like, man, damn, you know what I mean? Man, they say, man, Beanie was wilding, man. Drawing is what they call it up in Philly. He was drawing like a motherfucker. He was an artist. He was drawing his ass. Everybody got a story about this nigga. Man, Beanie was wilding, man. And just like when he got knocked out by the big young boy, right? But every lion gets overtaken in the jungle, man. It takes a long time sometimes. Some of the youngins try and don't succeed, but it's that one time that king of the jungle, he gonna have to walk away and give up his, because the young boy didn't beat him. So it's like, man, you have your reign, but it's not always forever. Just make it, when do the best you can. But Beanie Siegel said he didn't even look at it as a career. He looked at it as a lick. And I understand what he mean by that. He said, I come from selling drugs to 2 months later being signed. I ain't look at it as a career. He said, now I look back and say, wow. And see, Jay was looking at it as a career. He was looking at his way out. And he wasn't going to let nobody fuck it up for him. And that's just that. Now that if you put in perspective, man, I wouldn't have took beans and been good, but I'm a different type of guy. I would have, if they would have said, now be responsible, I would have been like, hold up, what you mean responsible? Now I can give you the tour dates and this, that, and the other, and he probably be here, he probably be there, but if he murdered somebody, I'm not being responsible for that. So what do you mean? But Jay probably just, I ain't going through all that. No. I'm up to here with this nigga. Like, he don't listen to nobody. You can't tell him nothing. He's a pit bull off the leash, man. It's like, and I know a lot of niggas like that. Where's though, no matter what, man, they just do shit without thinking, man. You can't control them. It's like, you don't know what the fuck they gonna do next. So it put more perspective into it. And even if Jay was to voice his, but Jay don't speak like that and stuff. But if he was to just say, man, at that time, if they'd have said, just give him the schedules and all that, I would have said yes. But to be responsible, I couldn't do it. It'd be different, but he just don't say nothing. He like, fuck it, I don't care what they think. I'm a $500 million. I'm a Billy up. I don't give a fuck. And hey, shit, you know. But it was good to see Beanie Siegel and Memphis Bleak on that podcast, and he didn't have I think Oskino. No, he had Sparks. He had Young Gunner, Chris, and he had Big Face Guy. Man, he had a lot of rap on that stuff, man. And this one was good. I can say, man, go listen to this with Rock Solid, Memphis Bleak. This one, man, this one with Beanie Siegel was man. It put a lot into perspective, man. And Beanie Siegel was honest and brutally honest, and so was Memphis Bleak, man. And it was a great show, man. I enjoyed it. In the hall with y'all from Baltimore. Yo said, I would have left your ass in there too. Motherfucker Beatty said, oh, that's fucked up. He said, I think this last thing, and he never talked about that. The incident with Jay Mother or something happened, and she happened to be in the studio. She ain't get hurt or nothing, but just her witnessing or being around, or she probably told him, Beanie Siegel's a live wire. You better get rid of him or he's going to turn your whole business apart. You know what I mean? Because mom be telling, mom knows. My mother used to tell us certain people who not to be around and all that. And when we didn't listen, we went to jail. In the hall with y'all from Baltimore. Peace.